Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you.
Hey, things are happening, oh, guys, you need to hear this. Hey, this is, something is happening in Nigeria. There is a shift in the political setting and judiciary setting in Nigeria. Things are looking up and, things are happening. Yeah. Let's go to the news for today. Biafra, court told to prosecute Obasanjo, Gowon, and to say whether Igbos should remain in Nigeria. Before we continue with the news, we know that the indigenous people of Biafra has been, clamoring for and wants their independence out of Nigeria based on what has been going on. You won't blame them, because look at the way they've been marginalized by the government since 1960. Nigeria gained their independence since after the Nigerian Civil War. The Igbo man has been seriously marginalized. Why did I say that? Look at what is really going on. Look at what is going on with the political setting. As an Igbo man being the president since then, what about the Chief Justice, Vice President? Key positions in the nation. No, so you can see that there is serious marginalization of the Igbo community in Nigeria, and that's why they want their own republic called the Republic of Biafra. So let's go to the news. Court told to prosecute Obasanjo, Gowon, and to say whether Igbos should remain in Nigeria. A new group known as Customary Government of the Indigenous People of Biafra emerged on Wednesday and dragged former head of state General Yakubu Gowon, retired, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, and Attorney General of the Federation to the Federal High Court sitting in Enugu in suit number FHC slash EN slash CS slash 103 slash 2019. Coming up October 2nd, the, the pro-Biafra groups wants the court to decide on issues relating to self-determination, regional autonomicity, and roles in responding responsibility played during the Civil War, the referendum, among other things. The group also wants the court to determine issues bordering on the enforcement of rights of Biafrans in their lawful pursuit for self determination referendum and rights to establish an autonomous Biafra state within Nigerian states, as prescribed by the Scout in the United Kingdom. The CGIPOB is led by Anambra based lawyer Emeka Adoife. In an expert application, the group sought the level of the courts and the judiciary to commence a suit against the defense, who were ex heads of state, President of Nigeria, and Attorney General and Minister of Justice of Nigeria. In an ongoing suit, the platform is praying the courts to determine whether the institutions given to members of the claim by President Muhammadu Buhari on March 5th, 2016, Al Jazeera Television, should be organized, that they should organize themselves, and vote to have a state within a state, which the group said it has accepted and complied with by organizing themselves, and had created an ultimatum on the defense from which the defendants could no longer withdraw. The group also asked the courts to determine whether by instrumentation of the defense. The group also asked the courts to determine whether the instruments of the defense, which of the members of IPOB has accepted and complied with, whether, with notwithstanding, the applicants have the legal right to self-determination of Article 19 to 25 of the African Chapter on Human Rights and People's Rights. Whether it is an offense or unlawful contrary to any provision of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 or any other law whatsoever from the remnants of the Biafra who survived the war with their descendants to identify themselves as Biafrans by indigenous identity and display their native flags and enable the Biafrans trademark on their property and products as they do now while remaining loyal to the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and as Nigerian citizens. Whether it is lawful for the defendant to harass, molest, arrest, or detain applicants for identifying themselves as Biafrans with their native emblems. Other things the group also wants the court to decide are whether the applicants were the people of other ethnicity, nationalities in the south and north of by the British government to form a country called Nigeria was the consent and agreement of the indigenous people of Biafra and their land. And if the answer is in the negative, whether the order in council 1910 to 1913 made by the British government to create Nigeria in 1914 was null and void for lacking legitimate as it could be found in the basis of the Nigerian constitution, whether rendering the amendment invalid, whether by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1963, which took effect on 1st October 1963 and remained a force until midnight of 30th of September 1979. The defendants were right, were right to seize and confiscate the assets, property, money of all treasuries belonging to members of the complaint by the people and the People's Act of 20 of 28 September 1979. These are all the issues they want the court to resolve. Well, Nigerians, these are issues dating back to Nigerian civil war, where Biafrans were seriously oppressed by the Nigerian government. And so they are carrying and taking now the Nigerian government to court, and they are taking Yakubu Gowon, Olusegun Obasanjo, for the roles they have played since the Nigerian Civil War regarding the Biafrans, and they want to know what their place is in the Nigerian community. So these are issues that they are looking at, and they want to they want to get resolved on because they need to know where they stand with the Nigerian government and things that are going on these days. They really need to know. I don't blame the Biafran people. You know, this is a very good question that they need to sort out and to be very sure exactly what is going on. Because Nigerian government, oh, with what is going on, you could see that the North is seriously oppressing the whole of Nigeria, causing the death of people, people dying, and they are doing nothing about it. So this recently, since the US have spoken regarding our judiciary system that there is no rule of law in Nigeria, they are trying to abide by the rule of law. That's why you can see things like Zamfara state government, you can see things like Bayelsa State, and recently now, please refer to my news today, the person of Buhari's, where that they are taking Buhari to court. PDP is taking Buhari to court to ascertain whether he really won his election. Recently, the Nigerian judiciary is beginning to gain a bit of acceptance because the US have been involved. That's why we are crying, Nigerians. Please don't keep quiet. Get involved. Don't stay silent and allow those people that are evil to continue. One of the ways you can get involved is liking, sharing, subscribing, clicking on the notification button. Please don't stay silent. Silent means that everything is fine. You don't have a problem with what's going on. You are totally happy. And when you mean that, though, that's your stand. So therefore, you don't have a right to complain what is going on. But if you don't accept what is going on, you need to speak up. Okay. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Like I've said, click on the notification button and leave me a comment. God bless.